That's
the
all I
Oracle.
am at this point.
Brad the Oracle, who
The
reads us
Oracle.
minor league stats.
Exactly.
Oh, Brad of the minor leagues, tell us your wisdom.
Oh, Brad of the DMV, please share us your wisdom.
I see Gunnar Henderson is off to a very good start. I see Jordan Westberg is off to a very good start. If they continue at their current pace, they'll be in the big leagues in no time. You must go.
Fly ball left field. Nate McLouth is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Goins. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Rutschman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's episode 39 of the Talking Birdie podcast. The usual crew is here. Ryan, Josh, and Brad. Boys, my friends, my dudes, my homies, bros. How are you?
I'm doing good, dog, brother, homie. Week was pretty mundane. Yesterday, I did see an old buddy from high school. I had dinner with him. It was nice. Saw Jurassic World yesterday. Great movie, as we discussed earlier, Ryan, right? Wink, wink. Going to see some houses on Wednesday again, but other than that, just lying low while the gas is high. Brad, how you doing, man?
Where did you go? The Winking Lizard? Is that your spot?
No, so he was taking some new flight courses in Columbus with his new company, and he met in the middle between me and Columbus. Is like this tiny little, not tiny, like a rundown city named Mansfield, Ohio. It's not much there.
Oh, well, sounds like he'd make good buddies with Ryan. You can hook those guys up. They can talk about airplanes.
I've definitely talked to Ryan about him before.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, for me, I don't know. Work's been busy. Just playing a lot of softball, doing random ass other shit. Just overwhelmed with everything. And I'm taking a class right now. Overwhelmed with a lot of shit that's been going on. But I'm here. I'm ready to have a good time. Ready to party. Ryan, what's good with you, bro?
Oh, man. Your boy is tired. Even more than usual. I'm temporarily in a 5-1 schedule.
Eesh.
Yeah.
I would definitely be napping when I get home with that.
Yeah, I try to, but I'm like, it doesn't set in until after. And then it's like, am I going to go to bed super early? Or am I just like, I can't just take a nap. I'm not one of those people. So
I mean, I feel you.
If I go to sleep, I'm just going to go to sleep, and then I'm going to like waste my evening, and then I'm going to feel like I'm wasting my free time. So it's the eternal struggle of, getting enough sleep and also enjoying the free time that does come from getting off of work at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I used to work 5-1 as well. And like you get home the days you do take a nap, like you wake up at like 4 or 5 and like, yeah, your day's done. And then tomorrow, if you got to work, you got to go to bed in like 3 hours anyway. So yeah, it's pretty awful.
Yeah.
I don't know how midnight people do what they do.
Yeah, I don't either. Those people are #built different for
They
sure.
lose years off their lives doing it.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going through about a 3-month stretch where I'm going to have to work like 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. pretty much every day, and I'll get 2 days off every 14 days. So I'm not exactly full of energy myself, but, we'll get there. I knew what I signed up for. So
I suppose.
I have kind of my own Dunkin' Donuts story to share.
oh
with you guys.
shit.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of similar. So wife gets home today and she's like, "What do you want to do for dinner?" I'm like, "I don't know. Just pick something and order it. You know what I like." So she's like, "We're gonna do Popeyes." I was like, "All right, that sounds good. I like Popeyes."
Based.
So she gets I really like that spicy sandwich that they got. So she gets me that. And she's like, "I'm gonna get you fries and sweet tea. Is that okay?" And I was like, "Yep, sounds perfect." And then she was like, "Do you want like the regular size or large?" And I was like, I'm really hungry because it's the summertime now. And when I'm working and all hot and sweaty, like I don't want to eat. I don't know if you guys get like that too, but like
Yeah.
during the day, I can't really eat. So I work the whole day, hardly eating anything. And then I get home and like my body cools down and I relax and I'm like, fuck, I'm hungry. So I was like, "Why don't you just up that to a large fry for me?" She's like, "Okay."
Ooh.
So food comes and I'm going through the bag and I don't see my fries. And the reason I don't see my fries is because I don't suspect that they are in the full chicken box that's in there. You guys gotten like a tenders meal from Popeyes before?
Yeah. They put them
A
in the
large-
box with
A large fry from Popeyes is just that box filled to the top with French fries.
typically, yes.
I didn't know that. And in the words of Brad, I looked at it and I was just horrified.
Yeah. I mean, if I get that, I'm just shaking my head, dropping an F-bomb, and then I'm just going to town. I'm eating all of it.
Yeah.
Yep, still gonna eat this.
I shared it with
Oh, yeah.
everybody I shared it with everybody in the house.
No,
I gave some to my wife. I went upstairs to my roommates and I was like, "Guys, I have so many fries here. Eat some." And they did.
that's good. Yeah. Anytime I've offered like food to my roommates, they'll either say no or they might just take like a little bit, but not that much. Like this past fucking Saturday night, my roommate and I were drinking. He's like, "Oh, let's order a pizza, man." So I was like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like a bad idea." I order a pizza, and the dude eats one slice. One slice.
What a dick.
Like, what the
can't do
fuck,
that.
dude?
You want to pay me the $8 for the 50% of that? We'll get a pizza.
Yeah, did you pay for the pizza, Brad?
Yeah, I did. I mean, he would have, but
So you
know,
paid for the pizza and then he ate a slice.
Yeah, he
And it
just
was
came
his
up with-
idea.
He came up with the idea. Like he would have. It's not like It's just. I was just like, "Oh, all right, I got you.
I would
'Cause
be able to-
he also grilled out like earlier in the day and let me have some of his food, so I wasn't gonna make him pay
okay.
for it. So,
I see. That changes the game. a little.
It does change it a little
so
bit.
I'm not worried about the money aspect of it. Like he's fine there. It's just that I did not want to eat that much pizza. That's the point of this. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
See.
I
I was
hear
gonna
you.
say if he came up with the idea and then you offered to buy it, that was just a bad play.
I know. I mean, I get that. I am partially responsible here, but I was expecting more help. Is all I'm saying. That's all
I
I'm saying.
understand. I
You should have
understand.
called me, bud. I would have came over.
All right. Well, noted for next time.
I would have
Gotta
spent the
send-
$300 to get down there just to pay for the gas. Eat a pizza with you and leave.
It's
Yeah.
not that Brad's actually not that far from me.
No, like maybe 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, if that. It's not even that much
I
actually.
go out there a decent amount because that's where my parents live out that way too.
Yeah, dude, Frederick's dope as fuck.
R.I.P. Frederick Keys.
Vouch.
They still exist. They just
Whatever,
We just don't
they-
care about them anymore.
They're dead to me.
I saw the Orioles retweeted some like kids clinic that was there, and I just thought that was kind of weird. It's like they're not affiliated anymore.
X. It's X's.
It's like
They stayed friends.
I guess so. Yeah.
it's like a local thing, I think. You know,
Yeah, I get that. I guess.
even if they're not affiliated, like it's still both. They're still both in Maryland.
And the
A lot of
former
people-
affiliation's probably like an inclination to still like maybe bump it a little.
For sure.
Kyle Stowers at bat.
Yep.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, sure.
I
we'll
want
get to it.
something. I want something to happen while we're recording this. Like, imagine if like Adley hits his first bomb while we're recording this.
That'd be dope. I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about doing like live reaction to stuff, but we haven't
Well, we've done it before.
like specifically getting on here to do that.
Oh, Brad said Jorge Mateo couldn't hit, and then his next two at bats, he had a home run and a triple.
Well,
that was
I
fun.
mean, to be fair,
can't hit.
let's fast
He can't
forward
hit.
a little bit.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on it. It's just the timing of it. Very funny.
What we
I
see
think
his
what I-
on base
I think-
percentage was like 260.
I think what I specifically said was he is an athletic Pat Valleca.
You did say that.
Yeah. Well, I think because you initially said he's not Pat Valleca, I said he's a very athletic Pat Valleca.
Yep.
And it sucks because I fucking love watching
Pat
him
Valleca.
do athletic things. Not Pat Valleca. Fucking love watching Mateo do athletic things, but he just doesn't get on base enough.
We had a weird debate about this during the week. It was like, yeah, Jorge Mateo is tied with like Key Brian Hayes for defensive WAR across all of baseball, but like he's not a better defender than Hayes, but like he gets to a lot of baseballs and as a shortstop that's important, but also I don't think he's like a skilled defender. He's just fast.
I mean, it is. Getting to more balls is a huge part of being an elite defender.
Right. It's a weird
You're
conversation.
creating more outs. You're creating more outs that way.
Yeah. It's just like a weird conversation.
I would say he's an elite defender.
But who cares?
That was my stance.
Nobody cares about defense.
Yeah, I don't. I do
like
care a little.
defense.
I do care. Yeah, I mean, it's not. Oh, I don't care at all. But like, okay, it takes a huge backseat to hitting. Now, his stolen base prowess does add a little bit to his lack of hitting, lack of slugging percentage, because as I said, when we were talking in the group chat, half the time that he hits a single, it's a double anyway. And then Josh says, well, if that's true, his OPS wouldn't be 594. Not what I meant, you fucking asshole. I meant he's going to get on base and he's going to steal second base half the time. I know he sucks at hitting, but he still adds offense by stealing bases was the point I was trying to get at.
This is a funny because on the game right now, Mateo's batting, but they keep showing like these close shots. So like hearing you talk while I'm trying to watch him bat, it sounds like you're on like the phone for like a sports talk show and you're just sitting there like giving your opinions and shitting on the player and trying to get like the people a little excited. And it's just Mateo like fouling off pitches.
All right, that visual is kind of cool. I like that.
That's very funny. I also love that the fact that we are to a point now where we just all put each other on blast on this show. Just call each other out for shit that happens in the group chat.
All right, Josh, I need you to edit a video, pull up your MLB TV of Mateo fouling pitches off and me going on a rant about Jorge Mateo.
Yeah,
So
or
people can get that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can also put in that swing and a miss for a strikeout that he just had.
I'm pumping the people up on Sports Talk Radio, baby.
You can say, oh, and you can time it out. So you say like he's a kind of or edit out kind of athletic and just say he's Pat Valleca as he swings through strike three.
I'll put in the part where he's like 594 OPS as he's like walking back to the dugout. And then I get Manoah looking like an absolute dweeb on the mound.
Yeah, did you see that shit he does before each inning where he stands like behind the mound with his back to the plate like he's in fucking in sync or something?
No, I didn't see it.
Such a dork.
I can't stand Manoah. Like even if he didn't like have all that stuff with like hitting us last year, he just like pisses me off. Like to know
He has a annoying face. He's always smiling about something. But it's like his face always looks like he's like half smiling, half squinting in the sun.
he looks like some degenerate from New York City who like his job is to haul car batteries from like one auto parts store to the next one. And, like I don't know. Maybe That's a fine line of work if you don't look like Alec Manoa, but
You guys need to calm down. You know why? You need to calm down. He is the son of a friend of mine. Show a little respect. Stay classic.
do you know? So I sent that tweet in the group chat because Ryan said, what'd you say?
I said he's a fat fuck.
Yeah. So he said that, and then I just quoted it on the show account with I just put real on it, and some guy immediately comes in my comments and he says, he's a close friend of mine. Stay classy. So maybe you know who this guy is. I sent the tweet.
His username said Bacon Mayfield. Sorry, Mr. Bacon.
Mr. Bacon.
Big energy. That's that guy that got mad at me because I said Jorge Mateo couldn't hit. Even though I showed him statistical proof that Jorge can't hit, he was like, "You can keep your stats." I'm like, "But that's not how sports works, man."
I guess we won't have an educated conversation.
You keep your stats. He's good.
You keep your silly batting average to yourself there, fella.
As soon as he said, "I know him personally," I was like, "Oh, okay. So you won't have a rational take on this."
Oh, is that guy who's like Mateo's like close friend or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Every single tweet about Mateo, he's always on it. Mi hermano, Jorge Mateo.
Yep.
Mi hermano.
Yep.
So he says every single tweet.
Yep.
I was wrong about his OBP, by the way, 238.
God, that is atrocious.
Wait, Mateo's is 238?
Mateo's OBP is 238. Remember when we talked about him like showing some discipline at the plate? Well, he now has 7 walks on the year with 62 strikeouts. That's a tough ratio.
Yeah.
That's actually
Tough ratio
really,
there, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Actually, really, really bad.
He just has like way too much like confidence around him, like from the fan base, is like he's the starting shortstop, and like if Taron Vavra came up, I would just love to see him start over Mateo every day.
Dude, speaking of confidence, I saw a thread posted by like Masson All Access on Facebook, something about Odor potentially turning into a possible trade chip. And I shit you not, dude. I'm not even exaggerating about the ratio right here. 90% of the comments were saying that Odor should be untouchable.
Good Lord.
Like, we can't keep trading our good players away. I went down, I was like, wow, I expected like a few idiots to say this. It was literally like there might have been like 1 or 2 comments out of like 20 that they thought, yeah, we should try to get whatever we can for Odor. Yeah. Most of them said he's like pretty much untouchable. Even if he was a great player, he's fucking here on a 1-year deal, and he's not a great player.
So I want to
trading our good players.
I want to compare this for you guys. So I pulled up Richie Martin's stats, and there's Martin and Mateo's stats, like Martin's rookie year, because he played the most games there, is what I'm going to use. They play very similarly, and I would even argue that Martin's probably a better offensive player, just based on this. 14 walks to 83 strikeouts. So it stands right up against Mateo's. Higher OBP. OPS is just a slight bit lower, but their OPSs are about the same. Mateo maybe has a little bit more power, but like,
You're saying Martin a better offensive player than Mateo?
I'd say they're about comparable offensively, but the way people treat Mateo is not the way they treat Martin when it comes to offense, and I just think that's funny.
Yeah, I'd say Martin is probably a slightly better hitter, which I don't want to give him too credit. He had a really good game yesterday, but that's just one of those things, I think. I'd say he's a slightly better hitter. Mateo closes the gap still on the offensive side of it by stealing a lot of bases.
And the defense is better than Martin.
Yeah, but I'm strictly talking offense right here.
Yeah. Martin got 0.3 WAR for his 9 ABs so far this year with the O's. That's a lot for 9 ABs.
He had a 2 triple game.
Yeah. I haven't watched a lot of O's the last about week here.
I think I need to come up with something to do or say or something every time Josh references WAR on this show.
You're right. I mean, I've insulted it a little bit on the show before. Like,
call this fucking podcast Woodstock, man, because we don't like WAR here. Okay.
Peace and love, bro.
Yes.
It's just a quick, easy stat to look at. It's just interesting. It's not my end all be all.
I wouldn't say that I hate WAR, but yeah, I just say it's.
Like so you support Putin then? Is that what you're saying?
You Putin apologist?
Nah, dude, I have a Ukraine flag in my profile. We're good.
I can't, like, not to get political here, but there's people with like Ukraine's bumper stickers on their cars already. You had to order that like as soon as that war broke out, and then it came in probably like a week later, maybe. And like that's very quick for the the consensus on all that to come about into bumper stickers.
Good for them.
Or
Good for
who's it's very telling that people's first reaction like, wow, Russia is invading Ukraine. All these people are dying. I better
Bumper
get
sticker.
a bumper sticker.
Yep.
Or a couple
Problem
small flags.
Don't
to put in my
donate
garden.
money. Don't do anything like that. Just buy a bumper sticker so everyone knows how much you support the Ukraine. By the way, a country where it is still illegal to be gay. Let's move on.
Ooh, mic drop.
Brad, I
I
can't
mean-
even fucking see you, dog.
I know,
I
man.
know.
Yeah, sorry.
He's not even. He's just a disemboweled. He's a I was about to say disemboweled. That would suck.
Ooh.
Disembodied voice.
I am a faceless voice. That's
The
all I am
Oracle.
at this
Brad the Oracle who
The
reads us
Oracle.
minor league stats.
point. Exactly.
Oh, Brad of the minor leagues, tell us your wisdom.
Oh, Brad of the DMV, please share us your wisdom.
I see Gunnar Henderson is off to a very good start. I see Jordan Westberg is off to a very good start. If they continue at their current pace, they'll be in the big leagues in no time. You must go.
Well, we found the opening clip for the video or for the episode.
Great Oracle. Tell me what Caden Grenier is up to.
I see Caden Grenier, however the fuck you say it. He had a couple of good weeks, and Josh thought that maybe he might be arriving soon, but he regressed back to where he was before.
Holy shit, this is the best bit we've ever had on here. Oh god.
And now he's complete shit. Ryan, would you
shit.
like to start us with our first topic of the episode?
Fucking crying. Holy
We
shit,
made it.
That was funny. Yeah. That was still under the small talk segment of the show.
Was.
boy.
Yeah, so it was our 26-35 with one of baseball's hardest schedules. And I think that is noteworthy. I saw a tweet from somebody, I think it was Saturday after they won, that they were, saying like those are 25-35 or something like that. And it's like in 2021, they were 25-56 or something like that. So the difference between how long it took them to, reach the 26th win is just staggering. Yeah, man, you can see there's the growing pains are still there, but they're fun to watch now. And they've really been mashing lately, man. They hit a bunch of bombs yesterday against KC, knocked Brad Keller out in the inning in 2/3. Knocked the ball around a little bit on Saturday too. I don't know. I'm enjoying watching this team a lot more. And it doesn't feel like they're 10 games under.
No, it doesn't for sure. There's a lot of scrappy players on this team. And like you said, some of the growing pains are still there, but you're seeing a lot better names in the lineup. We're seeing Adley in there. Tonight we got Kyle Stowers in there. Some of the pitching looks, well, not some of the pitching, all of the pitching looks significantly better compared to last year. And I really think that's the major difference between why it took us a lot more losses to get to 26 wins than over last year. And it's because we're winning closer games. And last year we kind of just flopped on those.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, as we've talked about many times on this show before, they were intentionally losing last year by trotting out a bunch of bum pitchers. So, yeah, it's definitely encouraging to see actual big league ball players in the lineup. Yeah, I think they're probably a little bit better than their record indicates, considering this was not our lineup at the beginning of the year. We've taken out some trash. We're a little bit better. Obviously, we're still playing a ridiculously hard division. That's the discouraging part of it. The Blue Jays trotting out Alek Manoah against us tonight, it just kind of feels hopeless. There's a lot of games against plenty of AL East teams that feel like that. But all in all, for the most part, we weren't expecting to make the playoffs or anything this year, and we're seeing the clear progress that we wanted to see coming into the season. Yeah, the lineups looked a lot better. I will say I don't want to read too much into this past weekend because the Royals rotation is kind of dog shit, but there's been times in the past where we couldn't hit dog shit pitching. So I'll
Very
take
true.
it.
And that
I'll take it.
ballpark's just an absolute abyss. Just the space out there is insane.
Yeah, it is.
Nice place to watch a game, though.
Oh, I bet.
Shout out to Kauffman Stadium.
One of the more underrated stadiums. I haven't been myself, but based on like pictures and games,
It
I've
looks
watched
like
on
if
TV.
Dodgers, to me, it has like a Dodger Stadium vibe. If Dodger Stadium wasn't a heaping pile of garbage.
My best Kauffman Stadium memory was 2012, May of 2012. The Orioles were just getting good. They come to town in Kansas City, and I'm out there. And first game of the series, I went with some of my Royals fan friends. Game goes to 15 innings. Adam Jones hits a go-ahead bomb in the top of the 15th. Absolutely fucking pissed on it. Good times at Kauffman Stadium.
I'm just impressed that you stayed for all 15 innings.
Oh yeah. I mean, I also had one of my friends that actually had flown out to. It was like the end of the school year. I was about to drive back once the series ended. I actually stayed out there an extra week because the Orioles were coming to town. So
Nice.
I mean, that was pretty much the reason that we stuck around was for that series. So hell yeah, stayed for all 15.
Where do you guys think this team ranks in MLB's rankings for run differential?
Probably still not good, if I had to guess.
It was better than I thought.
Really?
I'd probably guess like 23rd.
Ryan,
Are we guessing rank, like actual ranking amongst the 30 teams?
yeah, just throw something out there.
26th.
21 actually. At home, we're actually +5, and then on the road we get smashed in a little bit. But
Yeah.
this team actually has a better run differential than the Chicago White Sox.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that'll last, but yeah.
I don't know either, but they've been stinking for like literally all 2.5 months of the season so far.
I really feel like, yeah, I really feel like Chicago will probably turn it on at some point, though.
Cubs are below us too. Obviously, the Reds are. The Rockies, who have a decent record this year, actually below us as well.
Jorge Mateo fucking sucks. Holy shit.
Hold on, the play's playing for me right now. And what was that? You're not Jose Iglesias. You're not Andrelton Simmons. Come on now.
You're not a professional baseball player. God, Gunner.
Disagree, but
Gunner, please. Please, Gunner.
he'll be
Gunner
here,
Juan Kenobi, you're our only hope.
Did I hear somebody summon for Gunnar Henderson of the Norfolk Tides?
Ryan, our next topic.
My dreams.
Our next topic may actually be the solution to your Chisholm or your Mateo problem. I just spoiled the topic.
You did, but it's okay. I like the way you transitioned into that.
Yeah,
Very
of
nice.
course.
So, last week there was, and I hate to even like mention this because I hate giving any sort of attention to Barstool Sports because they're just such a shit organization and I hate them. I hate anyone that's affiliated with them. But anyways, this is where I first saw this this story. To kind of wrap it all up nicely, the Marlins had a team meeting, and apparently the team meeting was because that nobody likes Jazz Chisholm.
The whole team hates it.
Yeah. Teammates were talking shit behind his back a lot, and Don Mattingly called this meeting so that all of the players that were talking about him behind his back would have to say it to his face, essentially. So this is purely like, excuse me, like a hypothetical thing, because I mean, I don't see the O's as being in the position to start making trades or anything like that, but just for fun, just for funsies, it's hypothetical. Don't reply to us and talk about how our stuff is dumb. and how it doesn't make sense. This is for fun, and we will simply block you
Actually,
from ever
no.
listen.
No. You can do that under a 5-star review. You can leave that in the comments.
Okay. Any criticisms or replies to our this little bit we're about to do that's not left in a 5-star review on iTunes, you'll be permabanned from listening to this podcast. Not really, but
You're bad for the show.
yes.
Yeah.
There's a negative connotation around it if you want to say so.
Yes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come up with some little hypothetical trade packages that the O's could use to acquire Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jazz is young. He's in his second full season, I believe. He's 24 years old.
Yep.
840 OPS this year, 12 bombs, 10 stolen bases already, 40 runs driven in. Dude's Marlins team MVP, which so makes it kind of funny that they're talking shit about him. But it also kind of makes sense because the only thing that the Miami Marlins do well is drive star players out of town. So it seems like par for the course here.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about the culture around that organization because, like, literally this offseason, Jeter left because he pretty much wanted to win now, and they were like, "Nah, we got to wait a little longer still." And we had Christian Yelich get traded away, like at the same time as Stanton and Ozuna, and
Romuto.
Jose Fernandez died, and like just a lot, just interesting culture in Miami. I don't know. I just don't know if that ownership is creating a good area for players, but it's good for the rest of the league.
It.
I really thought someone would laugh at the Jose Fernandez thing, so I apologize.
Why would we laugh at a dude dying?
Because it wasn't in line with like the other things.
I mean, it's still like not good for the franchise.
No, I'm saying like, yeah, bad things happen in the Marlins. They make terrible jerseys. There you go.
Hey, their new look is slick.
It's their best look since the original Marlins look, but like
The original Marlins
ones,
look had pinstripes. Burn it.
I will say, last year I did get to go to the Marlins Stadium, and that
Lone
was
Depot Park.
Yeah, that was the deadest atmosphere at an MLB game I've ever been to. In their defense, it was noon on a weekday at limited capacity right off of COVID. but it was the deadest atmosphere I've ever been to at an MLB game.
Jazz Chisholm's full name is Jasrado Hermes Arrington Chisholm. That's
He's from the Bahamas.
Yeah, Nassau. I didn't actually prepare any trade packages for this, but
Neither did I. We're firing these off on the fly.
All right, you start.
Similarly with what I do with my fantasy drafts. So I would think that the Marlins are going to want a major league player and prospects for Jazz. So my trade package for old Jazzy boy is Cedric Mullins. Cedric is the headliner of this trade. Followed by I can't believe I'm going to say this. Zach Peak.
Oh, no.
I know. Cedric, Zach Peak, and Daryl Hernandez.
All right.
Okay.
Cedric, Zach Peak, and Daryl Hernandez for Jazz.
It's hard to tell because the trade market's weird. Maybe like 3 years ago, that would be like not enough, but now who knows?
Well, the Marlins also seem to always take less
This is true.
than what they could get. Like they've yet to get like a really, really good package.
If you analyze the Christian Yelich deal, like literally all four of those guys, like
Terrible.
never committed anything to the major league level, and now none of them are with the organization. That trade was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And they were all minor leaguers at the time.
Yeah. Didn't they get Pablo Lopez in one of those trades?
I think that was the Ozuna trade, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they've gotten a couple pieces out of it, but the quality of the guys that they traded, if they'd executed these deals properly, man, they could have set themselves up so nice. Their farm system still isn't that good. There's some okay pieces there. You know, they're cranking out some pitching. They're cranking out pitching. What?
They have Victor.
Yeah, he has nothing to do with trades though.
But he's in their farm system, bro. You got to show a little respect.
I know.
So they traded Yelich for Lewis Brinson, Isan Diaz, Monte Harrison, and Jordan Yamamoto.
Didn't they just DFA Isan Diaz?
Yeah, this year. Some Orioles fans wanted us to pick him up.
Yeah, sure,
nah.
So I'm taking that into account, the fact that the Marlins don't seem to do due diligence very well, or they've just had a bad luck. I mean, the prospects are such a, it's such a volatile thing. You never really know. At one point, Pedro Severino is ranked as a better prospect than Juan Soto. So like,
true.
It's just hard to tell, but it just seems like they've really yet to hit on one of these like franchise. I mean, this would be like, if you put it into O's perspective, I mean, this would be like what they've done would be essentially if the O's had traded Manny during his prime years, like before they really needed to trade him, Matt Wieters and Adam Jones.
Yeah.
Like these are cornerstone players.
And they just hand them out.
That they just give away for not much.
Yeah.
So what do you guys got?
So I like where you're going with the Mullins thing. Orioles down 4-0 now. I like the Mullins as the centerpiece. 6-0. Great. Oh, yeah. They didn't change the score.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Great. I like the Mullins idea. I think you kind of have to include him, especially like before this year really starts to get a little clearer on the kind of year Mullins is going to have. You got to ride some of the high from last year if you're going for a trade like this. I'm actually going to package like another offensive player, I think. I'm trying to think of who we can have. Let me pull up the prospect list right quick.
I should have been more specific in the notes that I was going to say, like, let's come up with some hypothetical trade packages so that you guys could have at least like thought of something. So that's my bad.
I did. I mean, I'm ready to go.
Okay, I'm gonna say something controversial, because his stock's a little high right now. But you throw Jordan Westberg in there, I think you get this deal done with.
Actually, that was one of my guys. So
we've kind of speculated that on the show before. Like Westberg may just end up being the odd man out because he's just like not the highest touted out of all the guys that are coming up. Like he's older than like Kobe Mayo. Gunnar Henderson obviously has like maybe a higher ceiling than Westberg, but Westberg's like holding his own very well. Made it to AAA at the same time. And I mean, I think you can get a deal like this done for those two guys.
So hold on. You said, what did you say your deal was?
Westberg and Mullins.
Westberg and Mullins. Yeah.
I was going to say Jordan Westberg, Taron Vavra, Hudson Haskins, and then you can throw in Jordan Lyles. Get the fuck out
of here. From the top rope.
Yep.
Ooh, see ya.
Interesting. So you're going more of a quantity approach, Brad.
Yeah, but it's decent quantity too.
Throw Santander in there instead of Lyles, and like you kind of take care of another problem that we're going to deal with this.
I'd probably, since I threw in Hudson Haskins as an outfielder, I'd probably take Haskins now before Lyles, and I would just say Santander then.
So Lyles, Santander, Westberg.
And Vavra. There you go.
Yeah. That might even be too much, but that's still like, that would be accepted.
Yeah.
I like the idea going with like your original offer was like mostly prospects. And like, that is kind of the smarter thing to do for like maybe a team that's more winning than the Orioles are right now. But like when the Marlins did it, the Brewers just handed them 4 prospects that were nobody when they did the Yelich trade, and they got lucky and none of them hit. The Brewers got lucky. I mean,
Yelich had an MVP season.
Yeah, just they got a little lucky.
Yeah. But I'm also factoring in that you're acquiring. You're not doing this deal for a guy that's, this is not a typical like win now rental deal. This is Jazz, who has I think he only has like a year of service time in. So you're getting a young player. It's like bringing up a prospect.
So he's a free agent 2027. I knew this when we started this conversation, but I forgot to mention it. I don't know if obviously this is hypothetical, but I don't think Mike Elias is going to actually go after a guy with a walk rate like this. His OPP is 306, and that's not really the mold they target. They would rather have Terran Vavra, I think, starting at second base because he gets on base. Long term, obviously, not right now.
Yeah, well, Ryan Mountcastle isn't a high on BP guy either, but he matches, and so does Jazz. So,
but he didn't pick Mountcastle, is what I mean.
Okay, Josh. Okay, 8-0 now. By the way, it's about to be even more.
I'm turning this game off. Man.
Oh my
Good
god,
game.
Good game. GG.
Logan Gillespie is just getting annihilated, dude.
Oh, well, he's garbage, so that makes sense.
Every pitch he throws is getting hit. Good Lord, man.
Well, hopefully they carry that over into that Jordan Lyles matchup tomorrow.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I had too many people tell me that I was wrong about Lyles and to learn baseball because I said that he sucks. No, I'm not. Fuck him.
I really liked what you said in the group chat today, Brad, that Jordan Lyles may be vaccinated, but he's still more likely to kill your grandma with his pitching.
Oh, thank you. Glad you like that one.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
His WAR this season has fallen negative 81 ERA. Plus, he leads baseball in hits given up.
Josh,
What's up, bro?
What's stock, buddy? What's stock?
I'm sorry. You found your thing very quickly.
What?
To say when I bring up WAR, you found it so quick.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So now it's time for the meat and potatoes of this episode.
The all caps topic.
The all caps topic. It's time for a Dean Kremer love fest, my friends. Bow down to the Hebrew God King.
Yahweh.
Nah, but Dean was awesome yesterday. I thought he pitched really well. Richie cost him an entirely scoreless appearance. It would have been an easy double play turn, but he made a bad throw. And but he still only ended up giving up 1 earned run, 5 innings. He was good. He's been really good since he came back from his rehab, and I'm happy for him. He is my guy, as everybody knows. So yeah, give some love to the Hebrew, man.
I didn't actually watch his last 2 starts. I've been kind of on and off watching Orioles games lately, but the injury to Grayson Rodriguez kind of gives Dean Kremer a little bit more of a leash this season, because this was kind of going to be his year, whether or not he was going to stick around at the major league level. And the injury to Gray Rod kind of extends that for him. He could become like a Keegan Aiken type where he's long out of the pen. He can maybe hold down the Spencer Watkins rotation spot. Not that that's his spot per se, but just trying to talk like who's filling the roles there. But it could be a good year for Kremer, and he hasn't shown any signs of like a bad start yet. He seems to have recovered from his really random, strange injury from opening day. We wish the best for him, of course.
Yeah. Obviously an encouraging start. He had some good rehab starts down in the minors. Not a huge sample size yet. He's clearly struggled in the past in the big leagues. So we will see what happens going forward. He's always had potential. 2018 minor league leader in strikeouts. He's got the stuff. We'll see if he can keep it together between the ears. Kansas City, obviously not one of the better offenses in baseball, but that's a start. Start like that will get his confidence up. We'll see where it goes from here.
Absolutely.
I just saw the worst take I've ever seen on sports Twitter, and I'm sorry. I'm just
lay it on
kind of
us.
collecting myself.
You all right there, buddy? You look like you're sweating a little bit.
I'm upset.
Okay.
I am. I've seen something that has affected me in ways that I did not know I could be affected.
Okay.
Kyle Bradish is literally, this is not me saying this. Kyle Bradish is literally Brad Bergeson, David Birkin, or David Hernandez reincarnated. He is not him. He is not the guy.
Who said that?
Don't worry about it.
I guess is it a prominent Orioles account?
No.
Okay. That's
All this guy tweets about is the Ravens, which makes me laugh because we don't.
it
care
is
what you
funny
think
when
about
the
O's.
Ravens people come and just watch like one game and they're like, oh, franchise is still bad. I guess I'll wait till next year again.
Yeah.
Terrible take. He actually looked pretty good. Some of his innings, like the first inning, he let on some base runners and maybe missed his location a few
He's
times.
figuring shit out. Like,
Yeah, I mean we've done this at length a couple different episodes now about how no one comes up and is elite. Literally nobody.
no one.
Besides, like now, I guess this year Mackenzie Gore has kind of stood up to that, but like literally one every year is like not not enough to set a kind of precedent on this like that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Move past it.
Let's move on. Yeah. One of you guys should.
We
take
have
this
been
one.
forcing you to do the topics today.
Well, I'm the host. Is what I do. But I'm
Oh,
just
right.
spreading the love here
I
a
understand.
little bit.
All right, Josh, you take this one, and I'll take the next one.
All right, Brad, team, go. Kyle Stowers comes up today, makes his first game at the major league level. Keegan Aiken and Santander were placed on COVID restriction list. So Stowers gets to come up. He makes the start tonight. I believe he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out so far, but very exciting. I kind of assume he's going to go right back down though when Santander comes off the COVID IL. And that's sad, but Stowers will be here again at some point this year, even if he's bad in this series or whatever. But I mean, he's been playing awesome in Norfolk, and he'll continue to do so. Just going to wait on a roster spot to open up, I suppose.
Technically, the COVID IL is on the restricted list, not to be confused with the COVID IL. He is not tested
Right,
positive for COVID.
Right. Good
He is
correction.
restricted because he is not welcome in the great nation of Canada due to his vaccination status.
Yeah.
And this is an outrage.
Ryan, I did like what you said on Twitter earlier about whether or not he'll stay instead of McKenna, because like you don't want Stowers taking on the role of fourth outfielder. It's not really his not good for him. I
Why
guess.
would you have a power hitting fourth outfielder that you use as like a defensive replacement? It's
Right.
it makes zero sense. So if you
He's
can't
not
come
that good
up,
at running.
yeah, if you can't tell me who you're gonna like make start over, then he shouldn't be here. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get rid of somebody and start him every day, fine. I'm down with that. I have no issues with that. I just know that's not what they're gonna do.
Yeah. For
At
sure.
the same time, this seems like a very strange switch up from what we've seen with prospect promotions so far, where, yeah, we wait a little longer for these prospect promotions, but they stick around.
Yeah, obviously this is a little bit different of a circumstance. And Stowers also is not Adley level hype. So, you know, I mean, he's a high level prospect.
He made quite the name for himself last year.
But there's no reason that you need to manipulate his service clock. He's a college 2019 draft pick. And yeah, I mean, it's the right call.
I mean, I think it's like what Ryan's saying too. Like, there's just no room for him as a starter, and that's kind of the environment you're going to want him to be here in, especially like if you project him the way you do. And yeah, I mean, he'll get his opportunity this year. He's just got to wait for the spot to open up.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So we good on that one?
Yeah, there's not much else to say.
It'd be cool if he
All
gets like his first hit tonight or something, or in this series. But other than that, I assume he'll just be back down once we leave Toronto.
Yep. 4 games and done probably. So the next topic of discussion, the 2020 second overall draft pick selected by the Baltimore Orioles out of the University of Arkansas, Heston Kjerstad. made his professional debut for the Shorebirds this past weekend. He went 3 for 7 with a double. I think he had a walk in there too. 1.071 OPS, So decent start for him. Look forward to seeing what he can bring to the table and add to that deep outfield depth. So
Yeah,
he played in 2 games, and then their third game on Sunday got canceled, and it didn't even say postponed. I think it's just canceled with no makeup. So 2 days off in a row for him, and then they'll be back at it tomorrow. I fucking hate Mondays without minor league baseball.
I know.
I say this every week. It just drives me crazy.
He just needs to stay healthy, man. Like, I assume he'll be in Aberdeen before like July's over. But I mean, yeah, if he just stays healthy down there, he should be fine. I told Ryan this before the show started. Like, it's cool seeing him not in a Arkansas uniform. He's in like a Orioles uniform, like a Delmarva uniform. I don't know. Now he actually looks like part of the organization.
Right.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. He shows up in box scores now.
Him and Carter Baumler right around the same time.
Baumler's been awesome so far.
Hell yes.
We'll get to that later.
We will. We'll get to it. But
Ryan,
anyways,
do you want to take us into this one? I think it's our bigger topic of the episode.
my God, you guys wrote this one in the notes like it's a fucking documentary.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. I was trying to make you guys laugh. Okay, sorry.
I mean, I commented on it, so that's kind of the same
We've been
thing.
very negative today, whether it's talking about players or other shit.
There's
Well,
a lot
Josh,
of negative. There's a lot of negative shit to say, Josh.
look at the
right?
fucking TV. We're getting our fucking ass whooped by Toronto 9-0 right now by that fat fuck Alec Manoah. He's fucking Bacon Mayfield's best friend's kid, and we're disrespecting Bacon Mayfield. And it's just, we're all a little high strung right now. All
Be
right.
careful, bro. Bacon Mayfield's gonna come in your DMs, and you're not gonna like it.
We're all just a little high strung over this shit right now.
Well, considering he yelled at you over something I said, Josh, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's going after no stone left unturned.
No. Yeah, dude, Tyler Wells has had a really nice year. And I just kind of thought we'd talk about it because I was thinking about it the other day and he's been, I don't like to be the if you take it out type of thing, but like the outlier being in that first start in Tampa. And he's been the most consistent starter in my
100%. 100%.
I mean, you look at these game logs, and I mean, that's what kind of does it for me. Like, yeah, the first 2 out of his first 3 were kind of bad, but his second one, he went 4 innings, no runs. This is when they were trying to build him back up. And then he goes 5 innings, 2 runs, 5 innings here, 1 run, six innings, 1 run, 4 innings, 3 runs, 4.2, 3 runs, 5 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, no runs, 4 innings, 2 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs. I mean, that's a guy who keeps you in the game every single time he steps on the mound now. And his baseball savant numbers actually are looking really good now. That's different compared to the start of the year. And I mean, he's been really fun to watch. And I'm calling this the second emergence of Tyler Wells because as a closer last year or a late reliever last year, he was really fun to watch. And this is kind of in a different way. He's really fun to watch. Like you just see him go out there and work. He keeps runners off base. He is able to hold any sort of base runners to like a minimum. Like they don't get past first base very often. And he's just very fun to watch, man. And what a good story as the Rule 5 pick for us last year. And just hope he keeps it up.
Tyler Wells is good.
On one hand, it's a little discouraging when I look at some of the guys who were so good for us in the minors a few years ago, like Alex Wells, Bruce Zimmerman, drawing blanks, Zach Lowther, Mike Bauman, Cody Sedlock, who were in a freaking dominant Bowie rotation a couple of years ago. None of them have really panned out as of yet. Dean Kremer had a nice little start here the other day. So,
Bauman's been tough in AAA too.
Yeah. So while that's been kind of discouraging that a lot of those guys that I kind of had high hopes for, it's nice to see we can just bring in a Rule 5 draft pick and he can take one of those spots. He can take the reins on one of them. So we got one spot in the rotation that looks like it could be taken care of. I mean, it might be a little premature to say that, but it's looking that way anyway. So go Tyler Wells.
27 years old. I mean, just a good story for him, man. Like, I like seeing the Rule 5 guys turn out. Like, it doesn't matter what team. Like, I will follow some of those picks, and he definitely could have like a decently sized career at the MLB level, whether it's with the Orioles or not. Like he's got it working this year.
Yep.
T. Wells, my guy.
She's got great lats too. Great lats.
6'8", absolute Chad.
Yep.
He is the Giga Chad of the O's rotation for sure.
Him and Bautista just walk shoulder to shoulder and just intimidate all the children asking for autographs.
Oh my God, yeah.
They have Bautista at 6'5". That is not right.
No,
Yeah,
definitely
Isn't he like 6'9"?
that's definitely false. He's like 6'8", I think, is the
Have him as 6'5", 195.
yeah. Okay,
Not true.
definitely not. Maybe add a 0 to that. 1,950 pounds.
Telling me Felix Bautista weighs less than me? No. No chance.
No chance.
Brad, you want to talk about Oracle Brad? Can you inform us a little bit on our recently called up prospects?
Oh yeah, Gunnar Henderson and Jordan Westberg got promoted to the Tides last week.
Oracle Brad, could you inform us on our
Among last week's promotions were Orioles prospects Gunnar Henderson and shortstop Jordan Westberg promoted from the Bowie Bay Sox to the Norfolk Tides in his first
All right, you can
at-bat.
cut it. you just talk to us, man.
Yeah, Gunnar Henderson went yard in his first at bat, so that was great. He had like 8 walks this week too, so his on base percentage over 500 his first week in AAA. And somehow Jordan Westberg did even better than that. He's rocking like a 1.4 OPS after 1 week. So
Woo!
yeah, you don't want to read too much into that 1 week sample, but in fact, if you factor it into his full season stats, combine it with what he was doing in AA, I think that's, it's encouraging that he's heated up and his full season OPS I don't have it in front of me right now, but just doing the math in my head, it's got to be somewhere in the 840 to 850 range. So maybe even higher than that between the two levels. So definitely not going to complain about that. And Jordan Westberg, even higher than that. So in the high 900s, low 1000s. Yeah, we could have some with these guys.
Yeah, Westberg picked a great time to get hot.
Hell yeah. I mean, there was a time in April when he looked lost and some people were starting to question, is this guy, is he just not good or is he slumping? Well, it turns out it was just a slump. So
we've seen Gunnar do this at like every level, man. Like he'll come up and maybe those first couple of weeks he doesn't quite have a feel for it yet, but he's taking his walks and I mean he does it at every single level.
Westberg's OPS for the full season is 878 now between the two levels. 11 bombs.
Sneaky.
11 bombs.
Very sneaky.
A very underrated aspect of Jordan Westberg is the fact that he uses the, I believe, 90s hip hop classic, Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg as his walk-up song.
Good nugget.
Nice.
I like that nugget.
Yeah.
So those guys are both alternating between short and third. And hearing Elias talk about it, his reasoning behind that is he wants both of them to maintain shortstop value. So read between the lines, one of them, as we were talking about, if Jordan Westberg is listed as a shortstop, his value would be higher than it is as a third baseman. Obviously, we might be able to parlay that into something if he's not part of the big league club's future plans.
Yeah, any big league club that's trying to work out a trade, they see a shortstop with like an 800 career minor league OPS. That's
871 career. That's dope.
Yeah, but takes his walks, has a little power in there, plays decent defense from what I hear. So
what do you think his career minor league on base percentage is?
Without looking at it, I would say he's up over 385.
Ryan?
I don't know enough about this shit to take an educated guess. So why don't you just let us know?
I mean, you're close, Josh. He's 379. That's really good.
I'll take that.
That's
almost
really
at
good.
380.
Yeah.
Very hopeful stuff, man.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
with the early promotion, especially with Westberg's case, do you think we could see Westberg before September
No.
call-ups? We may see him in September
We're not
call-ups.
seeing him this year. It's not
You don't think
happening.
so?
No.
I think it's possible.
Not seeing any of them this year. You're not going to see any more prospects come up this year, I don't think.
DL Hall.
If he doesn't get his shit together, man, he's not even pitching well in AAA right now.
It's not
He had
pitching
a
bad.
decent study. I mean, his ERA is down to the low 4s after he was off to a bad start, and he's getting a lot of strikeouts.
I think he's in the 3s now. I was looking at his game logs earlier. Like, he hasn't given up. He hasn't been like blown up yet. Like, yeah, he's not as dominant as you'd probably like to see before you call him up, but like, he hasn't been bad.
Yeah, he hasn't been that bad.
No,
He started out kind of bad.
the strikeout numbers are crazy for him so far. The walks aren't bad, but he's walking multiple guys every time and only pitching 3 innings in some of these. They did say they wanted to see control out of him before they brought him up, and he's currently at a 4.5 walks per 9, which isn't terrible, but they'd probably like to see lower.
He's not coming up.
Don't think so?
I'm going to say he is, and I would say I'm going to lean towards yes on Westbrook too, but no on Henderson because of his age.
Not a chance we see Henderson.
No,
this year.
not a chance. Absolutely not. Okay, you boys want to do fantasy?
He probably wouldn't even be good if they called him up this year, to be honest with you.
Henderson?
Probably not.
I think he'd take his walks. I think he'd like compete in the Orioles like infield stuff, but I don't think he'd be like better than any of those guys we have in there.
Yeah.
I want him to be rookie eligible next year anyway, so I could put a rookie of the year bet on it next year.
Yeah, it's a good bet, man.
Yep.
Underrated. Let's start with. Well, I know I had a terrible score, so Ryan, if you could read my
Yeah, you fucking did. It's about
terrible.
time. You deserve this. Couldn't happen to a better guy, honestly.
That's not
Josh,
the
you
way you
had-
phrased that.
You had Mountcastle, Mayo, Kevin Smith, and Caden Grenier. Mountcastle and Mayo had respectable weeks with 16.5 and 17 points respectively. But then you had negative 0.8 points from Kevin Smith and 1.5 points from Caden Grenier, giving you 34.9 for the week.
Got nothing out of them boys.
Heavy.
Cavi. Man, he was looking good for like 2 months, and then or maybe a month and a half, and he just fell off. All right. Brad, read mine because Brad, read Ryan's because I think you blew us both out of the water. But just
I don't know. Ryan actually had a pretty decent week. Well, he had 2 guys that did pretty well. Hayes came in at 25.57. Gunner had a good week, 32.83. Rom, I mean, he had a decent outing, 3 2/3 scoreless, but I mean, that was it. That's the only time he pitched. He had 3 walks. So he got you in 5 Ks. He got you 5.66 points. And then Daryl Hernandez, sorry about your luck with that one. He did not play. So 64.06 points.
You got
Nice.
John Rhodes.
Yeah, I did.
Brad ended up having an incredible week. He picked Adley, Mullins, Peak, Kauser. Adley puts up 16.5, had a decent week towards the end there, especially had I think a 3-hit game. Mullins pulls in 32. He had a sneaky week, but the OPS was really good, and he was just doing what vintage Cedric Mullins does, as Ryan said. Zach Peak actually got in 2 starts over the span of time, and he ends up racking up 18 points. He had 2 really good starts, a 1 ERA over those 2. And Colton Kauser had a decent week as well, 25.8. Brad's total score is 92.3 for a 1 week.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't know. It was not in the cards for us to take that one down. It's a really good score.
It means a lot. Thank you very much. I
You
believe
sure-
that ties us at 3 atop the leaderboard, Joshua.
I can check, but hold on. You got
Congratulations. Congratulations on being tied top the leaderboard.
We are tied, yes. All right. Well, congrats, Brad. You get the first pick.
Okay. Well, you know my strategy. I want to take a good hitter who's not necessarily hitting well right now. And so that means
Ruben
Cesar
Odor.
Prieto. Cesar Prieto.
All right. He was on my list, so not happy.
And
about
since
that.
Josh said Rugnet Odor twice, the second one being after I said Prieto, that officially counts as your pick.
Not true. In order of points, Ryan actually goes second.
Ah,
Yep. Forever picking second. I'll take. I don't know. I don't know, man.
The board's wide open.
I know. No, because he won't play for the next couple of days. I'll take Colton Cowser.
Okay. I'm going to take Trey. Get my major league out of the way.
Okay. I will take. I'm just worried he's too hot right now. Fuck it. I'm just gonna take Gunner. He's been hot all fucking year. Give me Gunner.
All right.
Fuck.
No, sorry about your luck, Gunner. I'll take my pitcher and grab. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be stupid. I'm gonna take DL.
Did we convince you on our
No,
riffing? Okay.
no.
I'm going to do Connor Norby. He had 2 homers this week.
It's a good one.
He's been kind of tearing it up since he came back.
Yeah.
Give me Mountcastle.
It's the summer months. Mountcastle's a safe pick all the time now.
Westberg.
Okay. I'm going to take Tyler Wells.
Nice.
I was convinced by our piece on him.
All right. I need to take a pitcher. I'm gonna take Gene Pinto.
Ryan's got to have a major leaguer.
Shit, I do. I'll take Roogie. Fuck it.
Let's go. I'm going to take Kjerstad, his first pick in fantasy. I got to be the guy to do it.
Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Kjerstad for their son being selected in the 7th fantasy draft of the 2022 Talking Birdie.
Yep. My goal is to shut
Fantasy.
Ryan out this year. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but someone's got to get shut out. Over a full season? Oh, my gosh.
Well, we're going to have to be in this together.
Yeah. Well, I'm
you
picking the
guys.
best I can.
Fuck you guys.
With the
Pineapple
last
Man.
overall pick, Josh selects Heston Kjerstad.
Notice how I didn't take him second overall. Sorry,
That's true.
Kjerstad family. Oracle
if it's-
Brad, you want to take us into minor league updates and we'll get out of here?
Please just give
yeah.
us normal updates.
Please just give you. Oh, you mean not in the voice?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I've already went through Westberg and Gunner, so I'm not going to spend any time on that.
We've hit on a lot of
Already
guys in this
hit on
episode.
DL Hall. I'm not going to hit on that. Bowie, their lineup is pretty shitty now that those guys got promoted. Cesar Prieto has kind of slowed down a little bit. He's got like a 600 something OPS right now. Pull up the exact number on that. But he's a good hitter who is not hitting well at the moment. Still not a huge sample size, 623 OPS. As far as pitching goes, Zach Peak, he had a great week. We kind of hit on that in fantasy. His ERA is down to the low 3s. Drew Rom also had a pretty good week. His ERA is now down into the 3s as well. Ryan Watson sporting a 3.38 ERA. So there's some decent arms in their rotation. Noah DeNoyer, he is the underrated one that needs to start being talked about more. He's got 23 and a third innings pitched And I think they're using him like in a piggyback starter kind of role right now. And he's got a 1.93 ERA. So definitely keep an eye on that mofo. He's killing it. Aberdeen, they are on the verge of clinching the first half Sally League North Division. I believe all they need is a win and a Wilmington loss. So that's cool. They have still have all the same players that we've been talking about all year. Calzer had a good week. Let's see. I mean, they have a lot of guys that have OPSs in the 700s. So going down it, Norby's heating up. As we mentioned, he hit a couple bombs. Calzer's OPS in the high 700s right now. Your boy Colin Burns, he really fell off, Josh.
He's really falling off.
Yeah. He was batting like 360, but it was like all singles, and he had no walks when you drafted him.
His OPS has dropped like 200 points in the last like 15 days.
It's like 640. I mean, I noticed at the time that his average is really high, but I saw like, oh, I forgot what the average that high. You'd think his OPS would be a little bit higher. So
yeah.
Pete Van Loon, draft pick from last year. His ERA has dropped below 3 now. He just pitched yesterday, had 4 scoreless with 7 Ks. So that's somebody to keep an eye on there as well.
UCLA guy.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean that's really.
Didn't Tavera put up a really good start? I just remember seeing
Tavera did. Yeah, let's see.
It was like 6 shutty, I think.
Yeah, I mean he recently he had basically 4 or 5 of his last 6 starts have been really good, and then he got absolutely shelled in one of them. So he's rocking like a 3.7 ERA, 41 innings pitched, but 53 strikeouts in those 41 innings pitched. So Shorebirds have some under the radar arms to keep an eye out for as well. Sorry, not Shorebirds, Ironbirds. So that's dope. Now on to Delmarva. I'll wrap things up with them. So as we mentioned, we talked a little bit about Kjerstad. Carter Baumler's got 9 scoreless innings pitched with 15 Ks. Ladies and gentlemen.
Tomorrow?
It's not listed, so I'm not entirely sure. Actually, no, it is. De Los Santos is pitching tomorrow.
Okay.
Baumler is pitching Wednesday.
Gotcha.
So we'll also be keeping an eye a little bit. FCL and DSL leagues started, so I'll be keeping an eye on them a little bit. They've only played a few games. I'm not going to go through that right now. So
for Delmarva, one to keep an eye on. Trendon Craig has started heating up over his last few games here. Since June started, he's been
good point. Yep.
OPS over 1,000. I mean, for the season, his OPS was down in like the 500s for a lot of the start of the season here, and
and I don't think he was
heated up.
Yeah, I don't think he was there on opening day either.
No.
So he was in the 500s for weeks to maybe a month or so, and then he started to heat up. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's up here. He's getting RBIs like crazy, though. They just must be on base for him every time he gets up there. He's got 11 RBIs over the last 10 games.
Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah.
We're still waiting on Adley's first.
True.
Dude had a 3-hit game with 2 doubles the other day. He didn't get an RBI, and we scored a bunch of runs.
A lot of runs. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Yeah, Trendon Craig, keep an eye. 20th round pick last year. Not expected to sign out of Cedric Mullins' old junior college, and he ended up signing with the O's. So,
other thing of note, friend of the pod, Anthony Servideo, looks like he is starting rehab. He is down in the FCL. So
good. I'm excited to see his season.
Played like one good, So, best of luck to Anthony and friend of the pod, and everybody else. And that's pretty much all we got for now.
All right.
So video also joined the top 30 with Bradish graduating from prospect status.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
I think he was in the top 30 last year, but I think
he fell
after the draft. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it was fun, guys.
It was all right.
Good time. Yeah, it sucked. It was terrible. I hated it.
I'd say that. I mean, damn. So it was all right. Shit.
I was just kidding. Yeah. Follow us at Podcast Birdie. That's our show Twitter account. Follow Josh at Out of State O's. Follow Brad at KU Brad Wandell. And follow me at RyanSet094. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back next Monday. Have a good one.